everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Grapevine on CYC. My name is Susan.
Yvette. I'm Susie.
And we are so excited to have a special guest with us today, Father Bishoy ElAntony from CYC, who is the Managing Director. Thank you for being with us today.
It's a blessing to be with you.
Great to be with you again, Abuna.
We are so excited to celebrate the 9th anniversary of the CYC channel, and I'm very blessed today to be able to ask Father Bishoy a lot of questions about it. So, Abuna, can you tell us a little bit about how the channel started?
I was in the beginning, in 2003. I was the starting point or person with His Grace Bishop Boutros for Agape TV. It was the first media in our Coptic church. So I had to go around the world also to talk about the media and how we need it badly as Coptic people in Egypt. And then I was a little bit helping in other channels like CTV before it starts, Set 7, the Orthodox part. Then I went to study media in Canada. While I'm there, I found a lot of youth away completely from Christ. The first, second generation there, and there were no enough churches. So I couldn't believe myself that we are not preaching our sons and daughters. So I said, it's a good idea. We'll start for them a channel on internet first. It was basic on internet. Then actually I didn't find anybody to help from abroad, from America or anywhere else. So I went, or Canada also, I begged them to help me in that idea. But actually the one who was very, very good and got the idea and said, yeah, I'm with you, I will support you as much as I can, His Eminence now, Metropolitan Marcus of Shobrachima. I was already working with him at that time on Set 7 part, or producing programs for Orthodox Media Center. Then we started from there. We started in the beginning on just internet base, and we found nobody watching us. The internet was still not very strong, 2009, not like today. Mm-hmm. So it is a long way to decide finally to put on satellite. So we're on satellite for 8 years.
Oh wow.
Then just last year we realized that not many people are watching on satellite. Our target group in the beginning was the youth and children. But after a few years, we realized that all the English speakers are watching us. So we care about all the generation from, we give 2 hours only for kids, among the 8 hours, and the 6 hours for anybody up to 45 or so.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of good programming on for adults, I have to say, which is great. And sometimes I'll just randomly go on and see what's on, and there's sometimes movies and lots of stuff. I think it's a really great channel, and it's very good where if there's nothing on, even though there's a million channels out there, that's just, I like to go to CYC and see what's going on there.
Yeah, and I think we struggle with, on the internet, what is beneficial and good for our children and for us, and CYC is really that answer. And I can honestly say, I don't know about you guys, but first generation in the United States, it was hard. It was very hard. You know, you don't have a lot to relate to. Our parents did the best that they could, but my Arabic is not fantastic. You know, I do my best, but you know, it's so amazing to have a channel that is in English, really dedicated to the issues that people face in the United States and all over, being in this generation.
Yeah.
So how many studios do you have now?
We have in Australia 2, and we have in Canada 2, and 1 production center. So what I mean, studio means studio, like the studio we are in now, and the production center is the equipments are there, and somebody is using the equipments to produce some programs, or a church using the equipments to produce some shows. We have in UK, in United States here 4, in Florida, like the one we are in now, in Orlando, and 1, and it was one of the second one all over America, because the first one we started was Dr. Hani Ashumalla in New York, in Queens. Then we found that his Grace Bishop Yusuf is very, very, very supporting, and he believed in the power of media, because he's a very highly educated person. So he was really supporting. So I said, okay, and as you can see that His Grace Bishop Yusuf always with us, helping in the programs, and encouraging others to be also with us in the programs. We have one new one in Virginia, DC, and another one in Chicago.
I did see an episode of when they opened the one in Chicago. I think it was 1.5 years ago. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And we have a kind of centers everywhere, around 2-3 centers around United States. They are still producing for us some programs.
So everybody in the any country have access to CYC, like able to watch and internet, satellite.
Yeah, because now we are in any IPTV box. Any IPTV box we are in, and also we could be able to be on Roku and Fire TV, which is Amazon. Yes. So any non-Copts can watch us easily, and this is our goal, to preach the word of God even for those who are not in our community or belongs to our churches.
And they can download the app as well.
Yeah, the app on the phone, anybody can have it. It's free and easy.
Yeah, I love too that if I miss something, then on Facebook,
yes,
you can, the Christian Youth Channel.
That's how I watch it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it notifies
Yes.
you right away.
I get that.
I only watch it on YouTube. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
asking.
the same way.
Because I have the subscription, and whenever any new thing comes up, a new episode by so and so, and it's really nice.
Yeah, we are in all social media actually.
Yeah.
Even Instagram, everything. We are everywhere. So it will be easy for the youth and for the young people to catch up with us. Whenever we have a new thing, they can watch it with us.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get the notifications from YouTube. Actually, on the way here when there was traffic, I was listening, not watching because I was driving, the 25-year jubilation for the Southern Diocese. And I don't know if our director was part of it, but it was really good. It was very nice to listen to. And I was like, I didn't know that we were celebrating 25 years. So it's really good to get those notifications from somewhere, from everywhere, from social media, that there's a new program out, or if we're not able to watch it live. So Abuna, how do you, I guess you're traveling all over the world, how do you reach out to these people and have them help you? Where do you go? How do you know where to stop and where to come up with these type of shows, different shows that come up?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to be on road on the
Right.
I'm just with my bag from place to place. Nobody believed that I have been for 9 years. Traveling all the time without any base. So everyone asking, what is your base, Abuna? Where are you staying? Staying where? I'm staying in my car, my base in the car,
Right.
and from place to place around the world, non-stop. It's not an easy life at all. Even I was in the monastery, it was for me a paradise. I know where is my cell and the church, and that's it. And even if I was in the desert, when I was in the desert, it was way better than the traveling in the car from place to place. Even you are tired, and I open sometimes my eyes with my fingers because I can't open my eyes. I'm so sleepy, but I have to continue with traveling. I think all that because my passion. I care about the youth and the kids very much, and I always thinking what the church will look like after 50 years in the diaspora. I'm a monk, I don't need channels, but I always care about the church after years and years here in the diaspora. What about the new generations? How they can survive? We are now surviving in America, Canada, Australia, wherever, because a lot of Egyptians are still coming. But someday this flow of people will stop. And when they stop, they will getting old. What about the new generation? So it's really hard. It's really hard if you think. And the media, it has a very, very strong effect. So yes, I go promoting the channel from city to city, from country to country, from continent to continent. So I am an international homeless anyway. But I'm
You are
okay.
a true sojourner.
Yeah.
So how do you come up with like the new shows on the channel or the topics even? Is it from things that you see when traveling or things that you maybe hear or issues for the new generation?
Many things. Some people, they give the ideas. So I just shape it and make those who are with me, we have a very fantastic team, especially those who are in Egypt. They are supporting us by ideas and by stuff like that, and also the technical support around the world. At the meantime, the people themselves, thank God, now we have a lot of churches and a lot of people around the world calling us or sending us emails and said, Father, we have an idea to have a show about so-and-so. So it's great. Let's write it down, let's speak about it until it comes to be a real show at the end.
Can you share with us some of those success stories? Like, so I'm more interested in like, did you ever hear of somebody who just found his way back to church or found his...
Yeah, actually CYC helped a lot of people around the world. Yeah, this is a missionary work through the channel. I mean, it's a missionary channel because it takes care of everyone wherever he is. So there are a lot of places in the world we cannot reach by ourselves, or no Christian can go there, but CYC can. And CYC, it has especially in the Eastern countries, Middle East, and we are very Eastern. Still, we are getting into Western countries by their ideas, and we put it with our richness of our church, so it gives them a way to think about and to see. I'll tell you, I was in one of the monasteries and I was talking with somebody. Then a lady was passing by. She stopped all of a sudden and said, "Are you Abuna Bishoy?" I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "I am Indian." I said, "Nice to meet you. How did you know me?" She said, "I watch you on CYC.
Wow.
All the time. Me and my daughter, we are always watching you.
Wow.
We love everything in CYC, Father. And I'm Hindu, but I will be Christian very soon because of CYC. Thank you so much." And she kept doing that. It was amazing after I sat with her and I know her story. That it's amazing that people that we don't know at all, in her place, there is no, she said, "You are the only source of Christianity to me." It's amazing, right?
It's amazing.
Also, I was in Canada somewhere and I was asking some people to give me donation for the channel. But anyway, they didn't believe in the cause and they said, "No, we give to the poor." I said, "Yeah, the poor, not only physically poor, but also spiritually poor. A lot of hungry people for Christ. They need Christ." They didn't. I wasn't a success to convince them. Anyway, while we get out of their house, they were greeting me. a lady in her car, she stopped all of a sudden, and she came out of the car and said, "Are you Abuna CYC?" I said, "Yes, I am Father CYC." She made a metania. She bowed down in the street.
Wow.
So I raised her up and I said, "No, don't do metania. Why you are doing that?" She said, "No, I'm not doing metania. I'm kissing your feet." "What? Why?" She said, "He saved the life of my son. My son, until 17, he was very good boy. And I don't know what happened exactly. They changed his heart. And he became atheist and very strong, stubborn atheist. And he refused even to listen. Until somebody, just a few months ago, of his friends sent him a link from CYC. And he kept watching the whole night. And he was crying, and we heard he's crying the whole night. And when he came in the morning, he said, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm very sorry that I left Christ for 2 years." And now he is stronger than before. So it's amazing, amazing that how God is using CYC, a little channel, to bring people like Annette. Also, there is a father told me that he met me with a Chinese young student in a medical school, and he told me that there is a Coptic student sending another Coptic student a link on email from CYC, and it went to that Chinese guy by mistake and turned him to be Christian at the end.
Wow.
Because he Googled where is the nearest church,
Right.
and he attended the church, and now he is one of our members.
Wow, that's so great.
That's
Those
all
are
I
really
can-
great success
yeah.
stories. Those are the stories I love to hear.
And that's what we can like hear, but the millions and the thousands we don't even see. That just
Right.
small seeds
Yeah.
that keeps planting. That's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
I'm telling you that to know that you are sharing with us a very, very special and unique cause.
Right. I always
Yeah.
feel like the only ones who are watching are Egyptians already, or Coptic, the Coptic people. But to see that other people are benefiting from it that makes it much
You
more.
can't imagine. If
special.
I keep telling you, you will not believe it. There is a father in Sydney. He went into the operation room. In the operation room, the doctor, he was talking with him as if he knows him very well. So he said, "Do you know anything about Coptic, doctor?" He said, "I know everything from CYC." He's Australian.
Yeah.
So Abuna forgot what is CYC. He said, "What's CYC?" I said, "Christian Youth Channel."
Hello.
It's your hello. It's your channel. And I said, "Do you watch CYC?" He said, "Yeah, me and my wife and my kids too. We like so much to watch it." And he said, "That's great." He said, "The only problem with that channel is addiction."
I'm sure there's an episode about
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what's actually really great is that CYC covers so many topics from, for the little kids all the way to, the youth, what they're struggling with. It's a very good channel to cover just a rainbow of topics. So I think it's really good.
Yeah, and I always think on Facebook too, whenever, friends with the page, and then I see something come up and then I share it.
Yeah.
Like hearing those stories makes me think, like, from my friends who are not Christian, when I put it on my page, it could plant that seed, and maybe they don't have access to those things, so it's really powerful to hear those stories and the seeds that get planted. I think we don't realize that, when we do these things.
Right.
It's really nice. And I imagine the seeds that it has planted over 9 years,
Yeah, there is a Jewish guy in Canada told me that I like the accent of Australian youth. He is Orthodox Jewish.
Wow.
I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "On CYC, I watch CYC with my grandchildren, and they like the accent of the youth in Australia." So You watch CYC? That's great. Thank you, Lord.
I agree with him too. I'm always like, this is beautiful.
It's so funny. I'm like, wow, do they really? They must think the same thing about us. Like they must be like, wow, do those?
I doubt it.
They sound so American. Maybe not that sounds good, but it just sounds so strange hearing like Egyptian people with that accent and stuff. They don't sound Egyptian at all. They sound very Australian.
So, Abuna, what do you see as the future vision for CYC in the channel?
The channel will be more into community. God willing, in 2019, we'll start. You might see that we started a new group for CYC Christian Youth Channel Group. And this group, we want the members to be connected with each other and to talk to each other. And hopefully, we'll start soon mission trips from youth from all over the world together, youth from all over the world to go together. So Australian with Canadian with American together to Haiti, Fiji, Africa, Bolivia, Brazil, anywhere on earth to preach the word of God. And it will be really benefit for those members because we'll help them to have a very big discount in their mission work. I mean,
so that youth group on Facebook, is that only for anybody who watch CYC or just the specifically
you have to
Christian?
be a member. You have to join.
Okay, but it's open for anybody who wants to join.
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
I think you have to be invited. It's like it's a closed group.
But you can ask and you can request and we'll accept. And actually they accept automatically.
Okay.
Anybody.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, and our vision also that hopefully that in every town will be one of the studios, so the youth can easily go and
go in.
you know what is our studios doing, especially with the youth. We train them how to use cameras, how to use a light and a sound system. So in many studios we have already training centers for youth.
That's really great.
It's amazing.
So, how is CYC financially supported?
This is the difficult part. CYC by donation from all over the world. But the problem is each country, it has its own non-profit organization. If you take America, for example, it has its own non-profit organization. So we cannot send the money from the United States to Australia or from Australia to the United States because it's non-profit. The money has to be in the country. This first. Second, also, we have a problem that the people cannot commit until now. Hopefully, they will understand one day that it's a must for their kids to change from negative media to a positive media, that they support CYC to be stronger than now. So until now, we get around, say, 40% of our income, little income, during the year through PayPal or our website, cycnow.com. Or the bank direct deposit, and 60% depends on that I go from city to city, country to country, asking to help, and they help. The people remember when they see me. I wish they remember without seeing me.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes they're not encouraged enough to go into their phone and click donate. It's very easy. And if all the people do the same with even $20, it's after they help their churches, their own local churches, and after they help the poor, $20 or $30 a month will not make any difference with them. But it will make a lot of difference with us. If all the people do that, it will make a difference. But just a few number, it will not help at all. It needs me to go on. So I'm happy to serve God, but I wish that the people, actually those who are helping, those are very smart because they always look to the future and they have a vision And they said, yes, this child we have to support to be the strongest one. This is the future. We have to invest in the life of our kids through the media. But I hope all the people will be smart. Pray with them.
We definitely will.
Yeah. Well, Abuna, thank you for being with us today. We're so happy that it's been 9 successful years, and we wish the channel, very many more.
growing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so much.
Abuna.
God bless you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.